Hey guys, it's Friday, so here's my video. I'm really sorry about the late start. I've had an incredibly busy day, but what my incredibly busy day means is that in future weeks there's going to be a lot more relaxation on Fridays, so I'm not going to be so hurried as far as doing my videos. Um, I just finished the VA mural. It's been incredibly long. It was much longer than I anticipated, but it's done. It's been 3 months of every Friday going there and painting, but it's done. So that means I'm going to have a lot more time. On the other hand, I also received a new job for 2 hours on Fridays, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. It doesn't actually interfere, but if it ever does, I'll tell you. So there's all that. Regarding last week's question, last week's question was about family and whether genealogy and your family figure into being transgendered in any way, shape, or form. So my opinion on this is confused. Because there's been a lot of talks about it being genetic, being gay or being lesbian or being trans as a genetic thing, and I don't really think it is. I think it's just something that develops as the person's personality does, and personality is not genetic. So I don't really think that it is genetic. And as evidence, as much as I hate it, I think it was a Baptist church, I think, but they came up with an incredibly controversial 12-step program to fix being gay, which blew up the GLBT community, but it does prove a point because it did work for a lot of people, and that means that your sexuality can be developed and it can be destroyed, I guess, and it's out there for those people who are not okay being gay, and kind of says a few things to me, whereas it's got to be genetic if they didn't want it to happen, and if it's part of their personality, then it's just them running away from themselves and everything like that. But enough with the politics and everything. Bottom line is, I don't really think it's genetic, but my entire family does cover GLBT, so could be something there. Either way, moving on. Actually, what we're going to be talking about is the letter for hormones in therapy. Reason why? My therapist actually told me that she's going to start writing the letter, and it's about time that we started writing the letter. Now it's a little bit early. It's usually within 3 months and things like that, but I'm not complaining. I'm really not, because I've been waiting for these hormones forever. So basically, she also gave me this spreadsheet of something like that. It's kind of scanned from the book that she's doing it from, and it shows 8 things that need to be addressed in the letter. And I just wanted to go over that because I haven't really seen any pictures about what the letter, or any videos or any information about what the letter includes. So I'm just going to go over it. I don't think the 8th one really counts, so I'm just going to leave it out. But just 7 of them. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to give a short overview of what it is afterward. So client identification, pretty self-explanatory. It's your profile, like seriously on Facebook, like where you work, what education you've had, and things like that. It's a very short overview. And then that overview is expounded upon in the next portions of the essay. So family history. Family history is a huge thing in the letter, which is why I asked it last week. Family history is a really big one because it shows any mental problems that you might have, any physical problems that you could have in the future. It tells you somewhat of how you might react to hormone side effects and psychological things. So family history is a big thing. Meanwhile, that's number 2, family history. Now, reason for referral. Reason for referral is kind of an introduction type of thing. I kind of skipped it over, but I think the family history is more important. Reason for a referral is basically the therapist telling the doctor why you're seeking out this therapy and the hormones and everything like that, why you're doing it, whether you should be doing it, whether the therapist agrees. But family history is a bigger thing, so I think that that's probably going to be tackled more in the letter. Current living situation, that's the next one. It's just your RLE. Your RLE is real life experience, and that means have you been out as the identified gender, not as the natal sex. And excuse me. Then it's also talking about how your family and friends reacted, how you deal with social things and stuff like that. Number 5 is your work in education. Self-explanatory. It's just where you've worked, what education you have, and things like that. The next one is big. Number 6 is gender dysphoria. We also talked about this. Gender dysphoria is a huge deal. It basically goes over in the letter what symptoms of gender dysphoria you had, how you dealt with them, how you're planning to deal with any future symptoms. Hello. Anyway, say hi. Anyway, gender dysphoria, and then social support. Social support is a pretty big one because it's dealing with the transgender community and how much exposure you've had to it, any of your social activities, your hobbies, and stuff like that. And then the last one is actually just current living. No, we've already gone over current living situation. Actually, I think that's it. 7 of them. Just client identification, reason for referral, gender dysphoria, current living situation, social support. If I'm missing any, let me know. I kind of went off track. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. The question for next week is actually related to this, and I have a special assignment for a lot of the people who have already gotten their letter. I understand that it could be controversial and it is confidential, but if we can just see a letter, if you feel comfortable sharing a letter or anything like that, that would be awesome. That would be great. You can definitely shop your name out of it, like in Microsoft Word or something like that. But I haven't really seen much about what's in the letter and things like that. So for us who haven't gotten the letter, we would like to see kind of what it looks like, what it is. For those who haven't gotten the letter yet, what are your opinions? Your opinions on the whole deal, and whether you think that family should be such a big thing in the letter, if anything is missing in the letter, or the validity of the letter itself. Like, do you really need a letter? I mean, you don't really need a letter for any of the other surgeries except for SRS. Facial feminization surgery you can get without a letter, as can you get electrolysis and everything else. So I want to hear some conversation and stuff like that. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. I think I'm going to do another video because something pretty monumental on the channel happened. So look forward to that, maybe half an hour after you see this. I'm also going to annotate this with a list and everything because it's a lot of information. Hopefully, if I get time to do it. Anyway, that's about it. So love you guys, and bye.